We will talk about Java programming language today. We know Java is object-oriented programming language, which is the best programming language. Currently, most of the software companies are using Java to build applications and products. Also, the reason of using this programming language is it is a portable language. We can develop any application from any platform, and we can also run the application any platform. So it is platform independent, also object oriented programming. Any complex system can be built using a Java programming language. That is why most of the people prefer Java programming language. Of course, we have other general purpose and object oriented programming like Python and .NET, but every programming language is having its own purpose. But Java is completely 100% platform independent and uh, pure general purpose and object oriented programming. And thing is, the Java provides for us various concepts like inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, overloading, overriding. So many concepts are there. It also provides interfaces, dynamic invocation of the methods using interface. Uh, Many different design patterns. We can use facade patterns and adapter patterns, singleton pattern, prototype patterns. So many patterns we can use so many design patterns to build applications using Java. So Java using Java. Uh, uh, if we want to develop an application, we can do it, but we have to develop everything from boilerplate code. That is why the Spring framework has been introduced with this for supporting Java programming language. With the help of Spring, recently it was advanced to the Spring Boot. It simplified the application development very easy. In very easy way we can develop application uh, using annotation based approach. We can simply create the controllers, services, repositories, and we can simply create an API endpoint within a minute if we know the requirement of an application. So it would be very easy and simple to develop an endpoint or application programming interface or API. We can use that API in any other application. So mm, that made it very simple. And we know Spring Boot removed a lot of dependency complexities. Earlier, Spring using Spring, developers face a lot of issues to manage the dependencies using XML or the annotations are using configuration classes. But now it simplified that process. Spring Boot. So we can see the Spring framework is getting advancing day by day. So many features are getting introduced. We can also see Spring AI also the recent technology. It is actually so many adapters was introduced for NoSQL, AI, and cloud supporting. So for day-to-day development activities and so the framework is getting upgraded. At the same time, they are making sure that it support all kinds of adapters for enabling the integrations with the third party services, third party vendors. So that is the beauty, significance of Spring Boot. We are developing applications using Java, a standard framework. Now, with the help of AI, Uh, Developers are using agentic platforms. I mean, they are integrated the agentic AI, generative AI plugins into the application editors, Eclipse or IntelliJ or Spring Tool Shoot, whatever it is. And now developers are there easily generating the code. If we know the requirement, and we can simply prompt the specific requirement there, and the editor itself will automatically generate the complete code base. And if any issues are there, developer will monitor the generated code, and then he can simply uh, again re-ask the AI editor to rectify the or to modify if any problems are there. So this is how the current software development process is going on. So every developer, most of the developer, they are actually simplified the development process with the help of AI. So even the timelines, uh, I mean, clients they don't need to wait for longer timelines and project timelines, because developers are doing things in faster way, in efficient way, uh, in a very within a limited project timelines. So that is saving a lot of effort and time for the project. So which is why clients are doing. They were able to get the product in product um, in limited time itself. They don't need to wait longer time to get the product. So AI also can test generative AI that can test the application. So, because generally API testing, what testers will do, they will automate the things. They will automate the API testing, simply calling an API using any programming language and verifying the return response. It is very straightforward and simple. So they will be able to automate these things using other frameworks as well, but they can automate using Java or Python or any other thing, any other testing frameworks. But here the main thing is, if we ask the generative AI simply with the prompt, test all the endpoints with required data, it will automatically generate the required data by looking at the endpoint controller URI, and it will hit that URL, and it also tests the rendered response. So AI will do everything. API testing will be completely automated by the AI itself. We don't need to do anything. The only the testing the tester will do is they'll go to the web UI, because the developers they'll integrate these developed endpoints with the UI, either in JavaScript or jQuery, or in Angular. If you take Angular JS or React JS, whatever it is, they have to call this API to get the data for the UI. So once they get the data, so they have to test it. I mean, they have to uh, render the data in UI in a proper format, right? So the testers have to test whether the data is getting rendered properly, whether user is able to navigate, if the data is consistent between front end side. I mean, at the front end side, at the back end side. So what kind of data is displaying in what kind, which pages? So uh, they'll do this basic regression kind of testing. Okay, so that is the way the manual testing is required, and most of the part can be automated by the AI. And we can also and some of the testers they'll use some uh, web scraping automation frameworks, and they'll automate that also can be tested by AI on that particular scenario. So most of the things can be done by AI. So the only thing the developers nowadays, they are Adapting is to managing the applications and providing the support, DevOps kind of support. And it's a kind of managing the things, integrating the things, testing the things. So that is the real effort required by the developers nowadays, because they could do the development in easy way. Understanding the requirement and developing a feature as per the requirement is the key thing now. So the key aspect here is, the developers, they'll spend most of the time in understanding the requirement and developing the feature as per the requirement. Uh, they don't spend most time in developing most of the time. They rather they'll spend time in integrating the API. As I told you, you have to integrate it to web UI. They have to test it. So you may have different components. If it is the bigger complex system, then they have to integrate. Let's say if a system may have um, a message queue soft components like Kafka, RabbitMQ, or the system may have the backend, different backends like SQL database or NoSQL databases, or it may have a file system. So sometimes they have to get third-party files from third-party servers. So they have to write some scripts and all. So integrating this whole system, this whole workflow properly, should be managed by the developer. So they only focus on integrating this thing, because they don't need to develop any code. So a generative AI is doing that. They'll just generate the code and integrate the parts, and they'll test it. The complete whole integrated system is working properly or not. So they have to ensure it. They have to make sure it works properly without any issue. So that is where the development approach and methodologies are going to change, and they were changed. They are changed now, and still um, they're working and doing it. So that's all I want to tell you, and thank you.